His level 2 ability, not the hail of arrows. So going for the additional on hits and maybe some of the stacking. The burst will be in favor of Aframu if he can get some of those blighted quiver hits initially.
Yeah.
And obviously the longer or the more extended the trade, the more favorable it is for Dimashka.
Yeah, very much so. But Dimashka right now is not favorable on that health trade. Experience now leveled up between the two. Aframu is level 3. Can he proc these quiver stacks?
Yes, he does. Dimashka does eat the piercing arrow. Ignite and exhaust down. Aframu gets first blood and makes it look easy.
And that is one of the reasons why, if you're running exhaust against Kalista, you pray to see exhaust on the enemy side as well. I feel like if Dimashka had barrier and could have just gone backwards away from the fight, he may have been okay, but he'd just taken too much damage early on. Aframu was able to get all of the damage down from the skill shots. Doesn't even matter that Kalista had exhaust there.
He places down the wall, gets vision of Casa, stop the recall. Does that really benefit? Clear does want to keep him in lane because he'll have the sustain. Also on his side of the map, we'll have the relic soon.
Not only that, but he has the push. He's forcing Casa to lose minions time and time again by holding him here. 80 CS to 68. This gap is going up every single way.
And Casa doesn't have anything in his items or anything in his kit to keep his mana up right now. He's really just trying to get the damage down. And when we saw him push Clearlove to the tower, that was his biggest chance really to get something going. Now Clearlove has forced Casa to stay. This is so difficult. And we're starting to approach 100 minions as well. Casa will dive after Clearlove, try and get some extra damage down. He really needs this relic. Oh! Knocks him out of range. The tower shot as well. And the first blood goes to Clearlove.
Really well played by Clearlove. That's one of the drawbacks of playing Ezreal for Casa is to get most of your damage, you have to bypass the minion wave, go past the range creeps. And there was really nothing Casa could do. He had to try and do something here, and you can see, watch for that satchel charge. Brilliant placement. Knocks Casa away. Clearlove, that right there.
7 base AD for Doublelift. This is the 89 base AD for Reckless. And Doublelift has got nearly 120 additional hit points. So it's looking grim for EU and Team Ice.
For now, but you know, this game still is wide open. Doublelift does have the advantage in both CS and now AD, and a little bit more health you can see, as he does just have, remember those runes he had early on.
Well, Reckless is trying to get some pressure back. He's got a lot of minions on his side, but those minions will push towards Doublelift, giving Doublelift even more options to play out. Going to be difficult to freeze, but again, look at how much tools he can play with, extending that CS lead. And there we go, trying to stall it out. Reckless goes forward, the exhaust has come down. Doublelift wants to start the fight. Arden plays his traded. Reckless will die, and Doublelift picks up the kill.
Yeah, you could see that Doublelift in that situation. Yes, he was tanking the minions, but he was trading very effectively, and the embrace between the two. Doublelift gets his wish. Couldn't quite get the 5v5 victory of NA over EU, but will get the 1 versus 1. Reckless, you could see he was a little bit out of his depth at that point.
Both lands the piercing light, and one more autos from Kira, but takes some damage from those caster minions. Bjergsen actually pushing up here, lands another piercing light, trades back, another double tap. Literally auto for auto, but Bjergsen getting a slight advantage in this 1v1.
And one thing you want to keep in mind is...
level 2 from Kira. He will jump in. Bjergsen responds as well. Gets a double tap from the passive, layers it, and weaves it between his passive and his spells. And again, kind of comes out even, but Bjergsen still slightly ahead.
Yeah, and at this point, the experience between the two is fairly even right now. You can see Kira will be able to get the push on towards Bjergsen to begin this one off. 3 minions in the wave, so Bjergsen wasn't quite able to answer that, but he has the added health, and Kira has to dodge around from Bjergsen.
Yeah, Kira cuts the vision, goes into the bush. Bjergsen responds with some more autos, backs off to the vision once again into that bush. There's taking damage from that cannon minion on the way out. That was actually huge, and that's really what pushed the health advantage in Bjergsen's favor.
We're coming up to the point where health relics are going to be available.
Jumps in, gets the barrier down, there comes the exhaust. Which Jonas will come out ahead? It's going to be Bjergsen in the one-on-one.
Bjergsen, just with the health from the masteries earlier, is able to trade more effectively into Kira to begin. That extra 100 health, way more effective than 7 armor in the first few levels. And here's the kill moment once again. Bjergsen knows it. He doesn't even care about taking the aggro from the minion wave. I mean, Prey, as you said, was only, 3-4 waves away from winning this, and Mad Life is trying to game the system here. Stop Prey from getting to 100.
Unfortunately, Prey is getting there very quickly. He still has a biscuit in his inventory. Mad
Here
Life,
he goes.
has to go for the
Great
all-in.
stand
The
aside.
E comes down, and Mad Life, he's just not in range. And the autos are raining in from Prey. Defensive ultimate comes out, but the exhaust as well. Gets Prey in range, looking for the last auto. Mad Life's gonna
Doesn't
run
have the
away.
ult.
But even if he goes back here, Prey is gonna be so strong in advantage in the minions. It may just end before Mad Life comes back.
Yeah, Mad Life right now is, one more wave. As the wave joins, Mad Life can join it and try and force an all-in. He has the ignite, but he stayed in base for so long. 5 minions is
Less
all
than a
it's
wave.
going to take for Prey to win this game, and Prey knows it. Does he recall and safely close this out, or does he go to rush?
He's
going
going
to
for
rush.
the minions. In comes the ultimate. One more minion. There it is. And the win goes to Prey.
Prey, he knew what was going on. I would love to hear some of the communication between those two on that game, especially while Mad Life was zoning. I love the attempt. Mad Life put up such a good fight, but Prey comes out with the Draven. So much damage to deal with, and Mad Life...
Unless Kasing wants to commit to an extended fight, I think we're going to be looking for the CS goal. So initial push seems to be in favor of Kasing, right? And you can use that Life Slinger passive very, very effectively. Right, look, Uzi's starting to peel backwards.
Yeah, you see the ability for Kasing to just sustain up, not only grasp with the Undying, but once he gets more abilities available, Uzi's taking a lot of damage. Heavy trade.
Yeah, it's so sure. Ignites down. Exhaust is out. Kasing is looking for it.
He got
One more hit. Kasing takes down Uzi.
He's done it again! He can't believe it again, but he's done it again. And that is just the strength of Kindred. Reckless is like, what? How did you win that? Reckless is like, I couldn't do that. How did you do that?
Kasing for picking up the win. Kasing, my friend, catch the Poro. Yes!
He gets his prize. There's the replay. Just the damage from... Yeah, but Rookie is going to have slightly higher base damage on his autos. Kalista, however, remember, scales off 0.9 of AD anyway. So you're already conceding a little of that.
Yeah, attack speed is usually a little more valuable. Already
can
going for
see it
these
in
auto attacks.
action.
A slight advantage to Lex, but the all-in comes in from Rookie. It's going to be the level 1 coming in here. One more auto, the barrier comes up, and it goes over to Lex!
Lex gets it! That right there is another example of a mirror matchup where the runes decide so much of this. Also, Lex holding his nerve.
Yeah.
Held the barrier for so long. You can see between these two, good spirits between the two of them. Let's take it up. This one ended so quick. Early exhaust was the problem here. Lex was so high health that he had so much time to hold his barrier. Pops the ignite.